everybody, I'm Lisa. Welcome to C3 Kids Church Online. I'm coming to you from Community Christian Church in White Marsh, Maryland, where we're all about helping people find their way back to God. C3 Kids Online is the place for kindergartners through third graders to learn all about Jesus and how much He loves us. I'm really excited to be here with you today, and in case you missed it, this month we're talking about self-control. Self-control is choosing to do what you should even when you don't want to. Self-control can be difficult for all of us. But we're not in it alone. God is always there to help us. When we trust God, we can find the strength we need to choose self-control in any situation. Who's ready to practice some self-control with a fun game? I know I am. For today, I'm going to use my handy-dandy remote to play a sound, and you'll try to guess what the sound is. You have just a few seconds to decide what you think the sound is, and then I'll reveal the correct answer. This has a special remote that has different sounds plugged in. So are you ready? Let's do it. We'll start with an easy one. Here we go. Did you hear it? Come on, that was easy. It was a barking dog, right? Awesome. All right, let's try one a little bit more difficult. Ooh, it sounds pretty. What is that? Do you know? Did you guess ocean waves? If you did, you got that right. Well done, everybody. All right, I think this one's going to be easy for you. Here we go. Yeah. Now you may have said a police car, but it's actually a fire truck. Hope you got it right. All right, here's another one. Let's see. This one might be a little bit more difficult. I wonder if you'll get it. Little hint, I like to eat this when I'm watching a movie. Popping popcorn, right? Did you get it? Awesome. You guys were really great at guessing those sounds. Some of those were tough, some not so much, right? Well, anyway, let's all get on our feet and get ready to sing a worship song together. We sing worship songs to help us think about how awesome God is, and also as a way for us to tell Him how much we love Him. And today's song is called What I Choose. Let's sing this song together. I love how that song talks about deciding and choosing to depend on God, especially since this month we're talking about choosing wisely. You know, we can actually find a lot of wise sayings about self-control in the book of Proverbs. And many of those sayings came from a king named Solomon, who was one of the wisest people who ever lived. In Proverbs 12:18, Solomon talked about something that all of us need to control: our words. Let's check it out in today's story.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Proverbs. Chapter 12, verse 18.
King Solomon was one of the wisest men who ever lived, and like any parent, he wanted to pass that wisdom down to his children. So he collected many wise sayings that were later written down in the book of Proverbs.
My son, listen to your father's advice. Don't turn away from your mother's teaching. What they teach you will be like a beautiful crown on your head.
Solomon's children were royalty, but Solomon was more concerned with the choices they would make than whatever royal robe or crown they would wear.
My son, accept my words. Store up my commands inside you. Let your ears listen to wisdom. Apply your heart to understanding.
There are hundreds of wise sayings in Proverbs, and a lot of them mention the same thing over and over and over. Your words. Yep. You remember that old saying?
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Not true. What comes out of your mouth is strong and powerful. Words can end a friendship. It can make people believe a lie. It can make people lose their trust in you. Here's what King Solomon had to say about it.
The words of thoughtless people cut like swords, but the tongue of wise people brings healing.
This is my double sword, commonly known as, scissors. Now, you might think that one tiny little comment might not really hurt anyone.
That was a dumb thing to do.
Can't you get anything right?
Sorry, you can't sit here.
Did you even look in the mirror? Crybaby.
No big deal, right? I mean, it's not like any of these little cuts did any real damage. But deep down inside, none of us are just one layer. We're way more complicated than a single sheet of paper. Our stories have a bunch of different layers. So when you say,
Just get over it,
your words might cut way deeper than you ever imagined. Ouch! But there is a way to keep your words from slicing deep like this. Think before you speak. Take a few seconds, use your imagination. Maybe you feel like saying,
you're a loser, so you'll never hear me say you're good enough.
Stop. Ask yourself,
how would I feel if someone said this to me? Would it hurt?
If the answer is yes, keep your mouth shut. Or better yet, change those words.
You're good enough, so you'll never hear me say you're a loser.
Your words can encourage and comfort. They can speak truth and bring wisdom.
Hey, can I help?
I'm really sorry you're having a rough day.
I want you on my team.
I love the way you always pick bright colors. You're really brave.
Your words are so strong, they can make someone's day and help heal some pretty deep cuts. In fact, your words are one of the very best ways to fulfill the mission Jesus gave us. Love one another, just as I have loved you. If you love one another, everyone will know you are my disciples. Your words are your superpower. So, before you let a single word out of that mouth today, ask yourself,
is it gonna hurt or is it gonna help?
Like Solomon reminds us, the words of thoughtless people cut like swords, but the tongue of wise people brings healing.
Our words really are a gift from God. Have you ever thought about it that way? I mean, think about how you feel when someone says something kind or encouraging to you. Think of how great you feel when someone makes you laugh. Think about when someone comforts you when you're sad. It makes you feel so much better to know they care. Those are some great examples of words that heal, right? Unfortunately, we also know what thoughtless words can do. They can really hurt. They can cut like a sword. Words are powerful. That's why it's important that we learn to use self-control and choose our words carefully. This week's bottom line reminds us to think before we speak. Our words can hurt or help, and we get to choose how to use them. The really great news is that God's always there to help us make the wise choice. So next time your mouth is moving fast forward and you're about to say something hurtful, switch to slow motion. Think about how your words might affect other people. And if you can't think of healing words to say, press the mute button. Talk with your family this week about how you can think before you speak. To help you discover more about that, we have some resources linked in the description of this video. So check them out. Be sure to come back next week for another episode of C3 Kids Online. See you then. Bye.